And we are back with Non-Stop Wrestling Raw, episode 15, part 2. Beautiful Dave Easton here with you at ringside, along with the groovy one, Matt Rhodes. Matt, second show with us here at the announce table. And indeed, how do you think Raw has been going tonight, especially with that last match? Yuri Watson picking up the win over Travis Soul.
Yeah, it's been a very exciting night, rolling right off of the pay-per-view from last night.
And indeed, next week, the draft will be here live. Superstars from SmackDown and Raw will be represented. And we will indeed have the draft. 6 draft picks are up for grabs. We could see Raw being absolutely stacked if we get all the wins here on Raw. But just moving on slightly here, we have Bray Wyatt versus Big E Langston. That is your next contest, and it's inside the steel cage. And Matt, we were talking about this last night. Big E Langston has always wanted to get his hands on Bray Wyatt, and now he finally gets his chance.
Yeah, and especially inside a steel cage, Bray Wyatt will have nowhere to run, and the Fallen or Screwface will not be able to come in to help him.
Indeed, this is what Big E Langston has always wanted, and especially after he was unable to regain the title last night, and did, if you remember, Matt, he did sort of suffer a very serious injury, it looked like, last night.
Yeah, his arm was pretty bad after that match, and even getting into the Rumble, I was kind of worried about him being in there.
And he didn't really do much in the Rumble last night. I think that arm injury did play a part in it last night. We're just having a look down the records. He did come in number 24 and was eliminated 25th by the Mundo. So didn't really, if I'm looking down the records here, he only eliminated Tyler Breeze from the Rumble.
Yeah, well, like I said, I think his arm was very weakened from that arm pinch that the Fallen had on him.
And let's see if that is going to come into play. Remember, steel cage match. It is Bray Wyatt versus Big E Langston. And off we go. Look at that. Langston straight away going for Bray Wyatt. Must be thinking in Big E Langston. Despite he wants to give Bray Wyatt a lot of punishment, he would like to try and get this over and done with, especially if he has an arm injury.
Yeah, I'm sure he wants to make this quick, but I'm sure he wants to savor his chance to get his hands on Bray Wyatt in the ring.
Remember, no help from the outside for Bray Wyatt. As Matt was saying, Screwface and the Fallen will not be able to help Bray Wyatt in any shape or form in this one. Langston has had so much trouble with the Wyatt family for this to end in a steel cage. I'm sure Langston will want to... Well, I was going to say, despite the injury, he will probably want to beat up Bray Wyatt, but Wyatt not letting him do that early on, making sure to weaken that arm again.
Yeah, I'm surprised Bray hasn't taken more of an advantage on taking out his arm.
And indeed, just a quick word, if you are using the NSW app tonight for our main event, if you would like to see Antonio Cesaro win, put hashtag Cesaro. If you think the Big Boss Man's going to win, put hashtag Bossman. We will tell you the results of that poll just before the start of the main event. As Wyatt and Langston trading blows here. No man really got the upper hand so far, Matt. As Langston and Wyatt again. Wyatt catches Langston coming in. Drops the knee down, and again, as we were talking before, wearing the opponent down before climbing out. Remember, you can walk through the cage door to win this match. That is another option. But Langston catches Wyatt coming in, hits a belly-to-belly suplex. More like big moves like that match surely needed by Big E Langston.
Most definitely. He's going to have to really wear him down to be able to get an advantage to climb out of the cage or go through the door. I don't think this one's going to end with a pinfall.
And Langston, again, now is favouring the knee. Just wouldn't help Langston if he had another injury, especially against somebody, a monster like Bray Wyatt. As Wyatt picks up Langston, again weakening that leg. Not what he needs. Langston needs at this moment. Of course, if he needs to climb over the cage, Wyatt doing a good thing by weakening the leg.
Yeah, it'll definitely make it harder to climb up that cage and make him definitely slower. So if Bray Wyatt can't get up in time, he'll at least have a little bit extra time to get over to him.
Langston trying to get something back into that. You can see he's hobbling, and there's the cage coming into use. And Langston using, Wyatt using Langston's face on the cage there. And now it's Wyatt who's climbing up. Trying to climb the cage. Langston got his foot and drags Wyatt down. This one's knocking in. Now Langston all of a sudden now trying to climb up. One dodgy leg and all. I think Wyatt should be able to catch him here. Indeed.
Yeah, that leg being weakened definitely slowed him down.
And I think that throw off the cage there has hurt Langston. But again, Wyatt too slow getting up that cage. And he is now pulled off the cage by Biggie Langston. And you've got to think, when getting thrown off that cage, you can see Langston favouring that leg. He's trying to get up again. He has to be a lot quicker than he did the last time.
Yeah, he's not making it this time.
Wyatt over, kicks wide away. Can he get over the top? Can we see a big win here for Biggie Langston? Wyatt's after him, trying to catch him. Now grabbing a hold of him round his waist. Drags him. Both men fall down to the floor. And that could really be the end of Langston, as Wyatt calling for the end here. If he hits his sister Abigail, which he does, and you've got to see, man, I think this one is over.
Yeah, I don't see Biggie lasting too much longer in this match.
Wyatt, though, not content with hitting Sister Abigail, continuing on. I thought he would have put him away there. Gut-wrench suplex. I think that could be it. Langston is out of it. Biggie and Bray Wyatt is starting to climb the cage. Up and over the top. Langston is up, though. Can he get... But he is favouring that leg even more now. He has to go and try and get Wyatt down. He's trying to get over, and Wyatt knocks him down. Elbow to Wyatt, and Langston is falling. And Bray Wyatt has climbed over the top. And Bray Wyatt has picked up the victory. And Matt, you've got to say that is a big victory for Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a good win for him. But I think Langston still wants to get his revenge.
Well, we will see over the coming weeks. But Langston now has 2 successive defeats in successive nights to the Wyatt family. And Bray Wyatt showing the rest of the Wyatt family that he can beat Biggie Langston as well. What a big win for him tonight. And, well, Langston, I just think he might need to take a few weeks off to recuperate from these injuries.
It definitely needs to take some time, start healing those injuries, and come back strong, fresh 100%.
And I think you could see the leg injury and the arm injury did not help there at all against Bray Wyatt. As backstage, well, we are backstage, Antonio Cesaro and Cassius Ohno, the new tag team champions here on Raw, and also Cesaro is in the main event against Biggie Langston. Not getting to hear exactly what they say. Maybe going over surely a game plan for tonight. And Cassius Ohno will be out there with Antonio Cesaro later on. But coming up next, we have singles competition. It is AJ Lee taking on Megan. And after AJ's friend Layla didn't capture the women's title last night, Matt, maybe it's to try and get back on Megan.
Yeah, most definitely.
And AJ Lee did her best to try and get involved in that match last night. Unsuccessfully, as Layla was defeated by Paige on Sunday Night Heat, which in case you can see on past broadcasts or on our YouTube channel. But Megan, this relationship with Curtis Barnett over the last few weeks has sort of went to a new level.
Yeah, they seem like they've become the new sort of power couple.
Indeed, and if Megan can get a win here, what's not to say that she can challenge Paige again somewhere down the road for that women's title.
Once she gets the title, then maybe Curtis Burnett will go for one.
Yeah, there's a thing about Curtis Burnett. Curtis Burnett, since this thing with Megan, is sort of his eyes sort of gone off the ball a bit. He had a chance to become to challenge for the hardcore title, lost that match last week. Doesn't seem to have much success since he's been with Megan. As Megan and goes on the go, AJ able to use the armbar, and then Megan comes straight back one of her own. And you've got to think, Matt, that Layla and Curtis Barnett will play a part of this somehow, with them both out at ringside.
Most definitely, Layla's already distracting the referee.
Oh, I didn't see that, yeah, from the outside. And really very strange last night. Layla tried going for the belt, and AJ Lee tried to get involved a couple of times in that match. was eventually told to go to the back by the referee, and in the end, still Paige was able to hang on, and defeat Layla for the title. You have to say that whoever of these two win this one might be having a look at Paige's title a little bit down the road. Also, the Bellas sort of hunting Paige as well. So Paige is a very marked woman at this moment in time.
Any champion that's out there has a target on their back. There's always someone gunning for you.
Indeed is the case, as AJ Lee reverses that one. And this is a very reversal match so far. They're sort of countering each other's holds here. As Megan throws AJ into the corner. And then AJ reverses again. Big shots to Megan. Curtis Barnett looks a little bit worried on the outside, Matt.
Yeah, I don't know if he has got much to worry about. It's been back and forth, so I don't see anyone with a clear advantage right now. Well,
that might have just turned the match. A big superplex into the middle of the ring. And now AJ Lee's with the Hurricane Rana taking down Megan. Is AJ trying to put this one away? Megan again, though, reverses into the headlock. And then throws AJ into the corner. This time maybe it'll work. Dumping AJ onto the top. AJ again, smart enough, hits the sort of double knees to the stomach. Raw will continue, ladies and gentlemen. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on Raw. And we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 15. It is beautiful Dave Easton and Matt Rhodes with you at ringside, as we are 24 hours removed from the Royal Rumble. And again, what is AJ doing outside here? Oh my goodness!
Threw her into the table.
Threw her. That table has just been fixed. Obviously not recovered from the last time. And AJ Lee showing the aggressiveness tonight, Matt.
Most definitely. She's looking to take advantage of Megan being wounded right now.
A second DDT to the outside. I think AJ Lee would be happy with a counter victory here. Showing a little bit of the effects of the match, but give Megan credit. She popped straight back up there. And Curtis Barnett, what's Curtis Barnett doing to AJ Lee here? You can't.
Looks like he's trying to distract her to keep her out of the ring.
Nearly, Leachy managed just to get back in on the count of 9, but surely Curtis Barnett should not be putting his hands on AJ Lee, and that gives Megan that little bit of a chance to kick her in the head, really, with the shin. And will that distraction be enough? Layla now up, distracting the referee, and as I said, both these parties on the outside distracting the referee, and AJ Lee with a reverse suplex sort of maneuver there. And Layla's now been ejected from ringside. And look at this, Curtis Barnett now up. Well, this has turned into more of a distract the referee match than it has in the competitors in the ring. And now I thought Curtis Barnett was going to be taken from him. AJ Lee here setting up Megan. Big suplex. Referee still distracted by Curtis Barnett on the outside.
I think the referee's telling him he better stop getting up on the mat, or he's going to send him out of here.
As again, AJ Lee, Bulldog and Megan here looking for the finish. Can she hit it? Oh, here it comes. And the kick to the face. Referee distracted again by Curtis Barnett. Why is he doing that? Referee though turns round and counts the 3. And Megan has picked up the win over AJ Lee. And AJ Lee and Layla's team suffers a second defeat in successive night. But you've got to say, congratulations to Megan, and a big assist then, Matt, to Curtis Barnett.
Yes, this will definitely help her in moving up the rankings and to getting her next women's title match.
But you've got to think a big help for Curtis Barnett. If having Curtis Barnett in his corner helped a hell of a lot in that match.
Oh yeah, definitely helped her out. I mean, any manager out there will definitely give you an advantage over a single competitor.
And Megan picks up the win on that one. And let's see. Oh, here is Jeff Hardy. And who is Jeff Hardy talking to? Out of shot here. Who in the hell was Jeff Hardy speaking to there? We weren't able to see. But anyway, coming up next, Daniel Cage will take on Jeff Hardy. We've seen Jeff Hardy for the first time at the Royal Rumble last night. He is not signed to any brand, Matt. so he can fight on either Raw or SmackDown.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens next week during the draft, if any Raw or SmackDown pick him up.
Indeed, and at the moment, with him being able to fight, we might be able to see him on Thursday night as Daniel Cage. We've seen him back at the Rumble last night after a few weeks away. We've got to be wondering, is Mark Russ watching this in the back?
Oh, I'm sure he's glued to a monitor.
And here is Jeff Hardy coming to the ring. And again, we've seen him last night, Jeff Hardy, making his appearance at the Rumble. And indeed coming in, just checking my notes from last night. He came in at, very late on, 26, but was eliminated 24th by the Mundo.
Yeah, Monday was on a roll last night, eliminating people.
Indeed, Mundo getting 3 eliminations. Biggie Langston, Bray Wyatt, and Jeff Hardy. Sorry, 4. You got Adrian Phoenix as well. Sorry, just having a quick look down the notes there. But what would you say? What are we looking for from Jeff Hardy here, Matt? What you think? We know his experience he's had in different federations. What can he bring here to non-stop wrestling?
Definitely a high-flying, an enthusiastic kind of competitor.
And
we'll definitely liven it up on Monday Night Raw.
Indeed, we're all hoping that he does indeed come to Monday Night. Again, as a free agent, though, he can go to SmackDown as well, and we may see him, as I said, on Thursday night, as it's in control mount, back elbow from Daniel Cage with Jeff Hardy having none of that. And now going to the top, and here we go, raining down the punches. No referee should really get in there. That's a closed fist. He shouldn't be allowed that. And look at that. Daniel Cage just pushes Jeff Hardy off. Rumours have gone backstage about Jeff Hardy, saying that he's going to wait till indeed next week to decide which brand he's going to go to. The draft, but as a free agent, he'll not be included in the draft, Matt, because of course he can pick where he wants to go.
That is true. Hopefully John Laurinaitis will be back by next week and he can propose some kind of sway to get him to come to Raw.
Well, let's just hope that is going to be the case. Remember, John Laurinaitis still in hospital after that being viciously ran over last night, and we still don't know who was in that car. And we remember you said you were unable to see anyone. I couldn't see anyone. Hopefully we will find out in the coming weeks. And as this has gone to the outside referee, up to a 5 count here. Jeff Hardy's first in-ring action in singles competitive debut here on Raw. As Daniel Cage, no mug himself, former world heavyweight champion, only just a few months back before losing it to Edge. He's now going after Daniel Cage. Imagine if Jeff Hardy was to beat Daniel Cage here, Matt. What a statement that would make.
I look for him to beat Daniel Cage. He's a ring veteran. He should have no problem securing the win tonight.
Would you say that even though with Daniel Cage's experience winning the world title, that you would still see? Would you not put Daniel Cage as the favourite here?
I don't know. The ring experience of Jeff Hardy is kind of hard to outmatch. He's been in a lot of high-profile matches.
Well, Daniel Cage throws Jeff into the corner, and then just uses that with the super kick right up his chest there. Still not being able to put Jeff Hardy down. So you would like to see some of these high-flying moves that Jeff is well known for. But Daniel Cage doing a good move of keeping him really on the ground.
Yeah, and I'd have to say, if Daniel Cage wins this match, it would definitely be a good boost for him.
Indeed, especially if he does win this, Matt Russ, I'm sure, will be watching this backstage. That rivalry is surely not over and done with. As Jeff's coming out. Oh, Jeff, come on! We've just got this repaired again. As Jeff... Oh, but then Jeff caught by Daniel Cage on his side. Trying concentrating on the announce table here. Instead of concentrating on Daniel Cage, isn't going to be very... not going to do him any well here.
No, you take your eyes off your opponent and you leave an opening for him. Most opponents will take the advantage.
And Jeff Hardy back in the ring at 5. Daniel Cage on the outside. Jumps back inside here. As we're up next, remember it is our main event. Antonio Cesaro versus the Big Boss Man. Cesaro winning the Royal Rumble last night. Daniel Cage went for a kick there. Missed Jeff Hardy. But then was able to recover and put Hardy up in the tree of woe. As Hardy again being hit into the gun. Hardy not having any of that. Into the kicks into the stomach, and now tree of woe of his own on Daniel Cage. But not doing anything really, just showing Cage that he can get him up at any time. And again, this match has just been back and forth. No one really taking the advantage here early on, Matt.
No, it's really been back and forth. I haven't seen anyone clearly taking advantage. They've been in and out of the ring.
Hardy took over with a hook and runner, and look at this. Cage into the cover, gets a 2. Oh, and Hardy reverses. Can he keep him down for 3? Yes, he can. And there you go. Jeff Hardy, out of nowhere, reverses the pin and manages to keep Cage down. And Jeff Hardy has picked up the win and got the 3. And, well, Jeff Hardy wins his opening singles competition here on Raw.
Yes, it was a brilliant debut for Jeff Hardy.
Well done to Jeff. Good win to him. And Daniel Cage, well, a big win over a former champion in Daniel Cage. Jeff Hardy is your winner. And it's nice to see the people in the back have finally decided to give Jeff Hardy some music. Okay, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. And Jeff Hardy is your victor in this match. And what is going on? Who is that on the... Who is that? That's Tim Jones from SmackDown. That's the SmackDown GM and Kurt Angle. What are they doing here? What is Tim Jones doing on Raw? Oh my god! You don't think, Matt?
I said without John Laurinaitis here, we might lose Jeff.
Well, could Kurt Angle and Jeff Hardy be going over to SmackDown? Well, we'll have to see on SmackDown, we guess. But Big Boss Man Antonio Cesaro, that is your main event, and you have to say, Matt, that would be a big loss for Raw if Jeff Hardy and Kurt Angle go over to SmackDown.
Yes, it would definitely be a big loss. We could at least use one of those wrestlers on our show.
Well, you never know. They could sign the contracts, and then here on Raw we could get them next week. You just never know what this draft is going to bring next week. Remember, live here on Raw, we're going to have 6 draft picks next week. There will be inter-promotional matches between Raw and SmackDown. As here comes the Royal Rumble winner from last night. What a night for this man, Matt. We're talking about earlier on, picking up the Non-Stop Wrestling Tag Team titles and then going on to win the Royal Rumble. He is going to be in the main event of WrestleMania at the end of Season 1.
He had a very impressive showing last night.
So here we go. As Bossman and Antonio Cesaro kick us off here on the main event here of Raw tonight. These two were going at it last night. And indeed, Cesaro picking up. You have to see a little bit of an upset last night, Matt. Not many people would have picked him to win the Rumble.
No, I surely did not see him coming out as the Royal Rumble winner.
As you can see, Cassius Ohno, the other half of the Non-Stop Wrestling Tag Team titles, champions, at ringside in Antonio Cesaro's corner. As Bossman getting worked on that leg, and we were talking about earlier on, Bossman come from NXT. Bossman on a roll himself. He has not lost a singles match for he's been on about 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah, ever since winning the NXT title, he's been on his roll.
So, Bossman going to surely put up a good competition here for Antonio Cesaro, and if Bossman can beat Cesaro here tonight, maybe he could put his name forward to one of them slots in the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a lot of guys gunning for those spots.
Indeed, and both titles will be defended in the Elimination Chamber on our next pay-per-view. And as we said earlier on, the qualifying for that the other remaining 5 spots will start in a couple of weeks. after the draft has happened, and we know which superstars will be on which brand. So here is Cesaro working again on the Bossman, and continues to work over. And look at this, what's he doing? Here he goes, the giant swing. We've seen him do this a few times, and just lands Bossman right on top of his head. Cesaro completely on a roll here. Hits down again across Cesaro now. So Bossman trying to work over Cesaro. And Matt, you've seen Bossman in the NXT. You've obviously seen him backstage. What kind of a competitor is the Bossman backstage? Does he keep himself to himself? Is he with other wrestlers? In fact, hold that thought, Matt. We'll be right back here on Raw with the conclusion of this match. Please remember to watch Non-Stop Wrestling SmackDown. We come your way on Thursday at 11 o'clock in the UK, 6 in the East, 3 in the West, live on our Twitch TV channel. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, for the final part of Raw this evening. It is beautiful Dave Easton along with Matt Rhodes at ringside. And, well, look, that's Cesaro hits the neutralize out of nowhere. What a way to come back from the break. Just I was saying there, Matt, how would you say about Bossman in the NXT locker rooms? He kicks out of 2. Wow.
He was the kind of person that kind of kept to himself. He really didn't talk to many people. He was more of a loner.
And well, if that is going to work for a lot of people, if it worked for him, look at this. This is this big sucker punch that he likes to use. What an upset this would be. Bossman beating Cesaro. But Cesaro gets right up, not having any of that. Throws Cesaro into the corner. Bossman in control here though, using that big splash. Now telling Cesaro to get up. Could we be seeing the end for Cesaro here? Bossman. There it is, the Bossman slam. He's put so many people away with that. Cassius Ohno up to save his partner. Referee distracted, and maybe that has helped Cesaro there, Matt.
Most definitely. Like I said, having a manager out there definitely gives you the advantage against a single opponent.
And Cesaro, I don't know what he's doing there. It looks like he's cracking his jaw, I think, there. Gets Bossman up, and it looks like he's going to hit a second neutralizer. On the Bossman, takes him down. And surely this one is over. Cesaro taking a little bit of a time, dragging Bossman away from the ropes. Into the cover, hooks a leg. Is that enough to put Bossman away? Yes, it is. The Bossman has been put away. Cesaro continues his winning ways. And the winner of the Royal Rumble now is your winner of the main event on Raw tonight. And you've got to see, we're going to be looking forward to Cesaro, who he's going to pick after Elimination Chamber, which title he's going to go for.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which one he wants to go for. If he wants to stay on Raw, or if he wants to make the switch to SmackDown. But how's his partner going to feel now that they're tag team champions too? Exactly.
They will have to also think about them. Cesaro has so much going on in the moment. We're just going to back to hear, well done to Cesaro. We're going to hear from Chris Jericho momentarily in the ring with Paul Heyman. And Paul Heyman talking, saying that the client is the new heavyweight champion, which is Chris Jericho indeed. You have to say, we were told last night, Matt, Paul Heyman, well, if you're a client to Paul Heyman, you go far in this business.
Most definitely. He's taken quite a few people to championship. Connor Rhodes, now Chris Jericho.
But what his relationship with Mundo as well, after he became a tag team champion last night with AJ Styles. And he's saying that Paul Heyman, nobody can take the title off Chris Jericho. There is not one man that can take the title off Jericho after last night. And look who it is, Matt. It is Mr. Money in the Bank, Matt Rhodes.
Mark Russ.
Mark Russ, Mark, that was you, sorry, yes. Mark Russ, sorry. Saying, see, you got me all excited now. Saying that he is indeed going to take the title. He can cash that in anytime he likes. Well, that is it, Matt. That is the end of episode 15. Thank you very much for being here on Raw tonight.
Yes, it's definitely been a great night. Can't wait till next week.
And indeed, join us for SmackDown on Thursday night from beautiful Dave Easton and Matt Rhodes. It's good night.